Good morning. Love you, buddy. Thinking about you. I'm on my way to another meeting. Just happens to be out on the golf course today, and I get to go do that. It always cracks me up because I'm like, oh God, so tough. I get to go play golf, Poor guy. I'm gonna let you in on a little coveted secret, bud. Everybody's afraid. Everyone is afraid. It's not about pass or fail, like afraid or not afraid. It's it's more percentage basis, like how afraid are you? Which means the opposite is just, when we look at winners and we covet like the personalities of winners, what are we coveting? What are we wanting? What are we admiring? Those are all different things in different frames of mind. I think it's really just courageousness. It's like the percentage of courageousness in that person is exemplary. Yeah, it's something that I aspire to. Like I'd love to feel that free. It's not really that free. It's that courageous. There's not a lot of freedom in courage. It's just, it's a decision. It's a purpose-driven movement that you decide on. This idea of freedom. I think that absolutely exists. And it's absolutely a byproduct of courageous living, in essence, in one way. There's multiple ways of attaining freedom, man. But I just feel like courageousness is one of those things that you can't really diminish, and you can't really refute, the power of it. People that don't want to deal with the fear, the conquering of the fear, or the addressing of the fear, are people that are shunning away from courageousness. So they got a lot to say about that kind of stuff. Oh, it's not that important, or oh, there's a lot of other aspects of life that produce this. Yeah, sure, but pound for pound, I've not seen much other actions that will produce as much byproduct of freedom. And we both know that happiness is a byproduct of right living, and right living goes back to also being courageous. It's upholding my values that I've established, and that my families have established. Obviously, we have a culture, but it's also the particular value that says self-development is important. Growth and expansion is important, and that's where courageousness comes in to support that system. It's like I'm looking back at my life going, there's absolutely a lot of courageous moments that I've stepped up to the plate, and I'm really proud of myself for accomplishing that. And there's a lot of freedom in myself to be had because of that. I have faith in myself, in my abilities, in my God-given abilities. I have so much more because of that. So I'm still afraid. I'm terrified a lot of times. Like I still wake up at some days, not all the time. When I'm living my path, man, I'm invulnerable to a lot of that stuff. It's just I wake up, I get going, I got a movement, I got a passion, I got a purpose. And I got my mind focused, my words are focused, energy flows where focus goes. I mean, this is like drinking out of a water hose, I'm sure. I just, at this point, I hope that we're grooving in our conversations, but the whole point is, there are days, though, that I wake up and, maybe I didn't lock into my purpose, and I'm a little lost on my drive, and I'm full of fear, man. The first thing that happens is I get told, like, I start in on myself. You're not good enough. You're going to lose. You're a loser. You came from a loser family. You're going to be a loser. You're destined to be this loser. It's a zero-sum game for you. You can try as hard as you want, but it's all wasted effort. So if you want to get up and waste your life today trying, be my guest, because it's going to be great to see you fail. It's like, gotta wake up to that. It's like, good morning. I'm the one who knows my weak spots, man. Like, I know exactly what to tell myself to beat me up. There's an old saying where people say, you can't hurt me more than I've already hurt myself. It's like, and that's so true, because I know my soft spots, and people don't like you. People don't want you around. You're not really lovable. I just hammer myself, and then I got to make a decision and go, shut up, and I just get moving. That's the deal. Is not every day is going to be pretty, buddy. Some days are going to suck, and that's part of life. That's part of life. I've learned to become grateful for those post bad day. I've learned to separate some things. I had a bad moment. I got good at that. And some things I had a bad day. Sometimes I had a bad month, and I have had a bad year. That is no joke, man. I've had a bad few years. But keeping things in perspective is super important. And then remembering that there is a recipe to follow, and that recipe is energy flows where focus goes. It's not an immediate thing. It's a gravitational pull. So the longer and more concentrated I am with my focus, the more energy will be drawn and then start to really condensedly follow, because the more energy you bring to that section, the more gravity is going to be pulling, because the mass is bigger. So gathering that energy like a ball of chi is like, it's not easy, man, but it just takes consistency and courage to focus on that moment, and to be committed to that focus, because it's scary. It's like, am I wasting time? Well, maybe, the seed of doubt is the most powerful seed there is. And it's smaller than a mustard seed, which is one of the smallest seeds there is. The seed of doubt is tiny, man, but it is the most powerful seed that there is. What if? What if this is wrong? What if I'm going the wrong direction? What if my life isn't put together well? What if I fail? Oh my God! It's like, it's fucking panic, constant. That's what the seed of doubt is designed to do, man. And it's like, it takes real courage to look that in the face and be committed to your focus. I've been sober 17 years, man. I committed to not taking things and ingesting things that alter my state of mind and body. It seems on the surface like a really cool deal, but I'll tell you, the internal conflicts sometimes are really, like, there's a lot of people out drinking and they got a lot of camaraderie, and that camaraderie can really turn into some job opportunities, some financial misses there, like, could be a CEO or be part of a business ownership. It's like, there's different ventures that can be had because of that drinking club. Like, I've watched it. I gotta be committed to my path. Why? Sometimes it's not about my why. It's huge. My whys are important, but sometimes it's just about staying committed. Man, that's a lot. And courage is a differentiator. So when we start talking about like, life and finding our way through to get some freedom in life, why does that person look so free? They look so happy. When they smile, it's so damn genuine. When they laugh, it's a hard belly laugh. That person's really been doing some courageous work. So that's the secret, man. It's a percentage basis. It's not like he's completely free or she's completely free. It's honestly, it's about people's willingness to do courageous actions, not just think about stuff. But answering tough questions is really important, but that's always followed. It's the only reason tough questions are hard is because action follows that. It's demanded. So denial is a really fun place to swim. But the whole point around freedom is a percentage. Like, how courageous can I be today? That's a good question to focus on. That's a good place to put your energy, your focus, so that the energy flows into courage. It's a positive outlook. How much courage am I able to exude? I don't know. I lost the word. Exert. How much courage am I able to exert today? That's a great goal. It's simple. It's small. It's simple, and it's profound at the same time. So I'm rambling at this point, bud. But I just want to spend time with you. Like, I'm not going to be able to get you all the time. Like, you got a life to live, and you got experiments to conduct. And you got things to figure out. There's only so many things I can tell you that make impacts. You have to go out and experience life. You have to go out and experiment and fail and succeed. And the failures are much more important than the successes, because the successes only validate how cool you are. But the failures will tell you exactly what needs to happen in order to make you stronger. And that means everything, man. People are terrified of the truth, so they run away from failures. And I don't blame them. It's hard, man, and it's scary to stand in the mirror and look at yourself every day and see the broken spots, But if you have the right perspective, man, you're untouchable. And I just want to make sure I'm giving you every ounce of my wisdom. I want, like, metaphorically, I want you standing on my shoulders, because this world needs better people, and you're one of them. So I just want to make sure I'm doing my part in supporting you, dude. Like, I don't know. It's more than just like a task or a job. I just feel I can't even put it into words. Being a father is, and I want you to be a father someday. I didn't really want to be a father when I was young. I was ignorant, I was young, and I was selfish, and I thought about me and the inconveniences. And now I'm blown away. At how it has literally changed me in ways I couldn't even have. It was impossible to even think of. I couldn't conceive of it. What I am is I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm able to be a father. Like, you brought in a new life for me that I didn't know was capable. I didn't know existed. Like, in a certain way, you saved me, and you gifted me with a new life, which is like pretty amazing. But the least I can do is make sure you're fully armed with everything that I have in my arsenal, and then to allow you the space to make your mistakes with guardrails up, but even then at some point those guardrails aren't allowed to be in place. You have to have the freedom to risk big and win big, and you will win big. All right, I'm on my I got messages blowing in, so I gotta get after it. All right, I'll see you soon, bud. Love you.